we're going to go ahead and get started. It's great to see such a full room here today. Thank you all for coming on a Monday morning. Excited to see your faces and talk more about membership at the Portage County Business Council. So you're all here, I think, because you are new members of the Business Council or you're looking to re-engage with the Business Council. So I'd like to get a feel for who's in the room, and we're going to get started with introductions in just a minute. Before we do that, I'd like to introduce myself as well as the staff that we have here. So my name is Kayla Rumbalski. I am the Director of Talent Development here for the Portage County Business Council. That means that I spend primarily my time facilitating our leadership programs. We have Leadership Portage County, which is an adult leadership program, longstanding in the community. It's been around since 1993-94. We also have a high school leadership program called Portage County High School Leadership that's open primarily to juniors or seniors, but actually this year we had a freshman and she did great. So we would look to other age groups as well. And those two programs, really the purpose is to orient individuals to Portage County, to give them a feel for some behind the scenes information about Portage County, and then also to develop leadership skills. So our two leadership programs are actually wrapping up this week with a graduation program on Thursday night, but we are accepting applications for the fall for both programs. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely contact me to learn more or contact a member of our team. In addition, we do a lot of career outreach programs, which also falls under my umbrella. So we do some reality shop activities, budgeting workshops with high school students. We've done mock interviews with 8th graders and middle school students, and career speakers in classrooms. Of course, a lot of that has changed a bit because COVID has significantly changed the education world. Good morning, come on in. There's a couple of open spots here. I say all of that. I give, my thorough introduction of my role because I am actually leaving the Portage County Business Council. I'm in my last week here. So my last day is Friday. My position is currently posted. So if anyone is interested in this work and interested in joining the Portage County Business Council team, or if you know of someone, please encourage them to apply. So that's kind of my shameless plug. With that, I will go ahead and introduce our staff so that you know who to contact after the end of this week when I am no longer here. I'll start with Deb. Deb Zasky is here. She's our Director of Marketing and Communications. So Deb is going to handle everything related to the digital magazine that's in front of you that many of you are perusing through. Also our event calendar. She does all of our social media and that sort of thing, website. She is a guru when it comes to everything web-based. So we appreciate
I know about that, but
well, thank you. Karen is in the back. Karen, raise your hand.
Hi, everybody.
Karen is our Director of Programs and Events. So Karen's role is to plan all of the events that you see within that digital magazine publication. You can contact her for sponsorship information or for event registration, things like that. She's been here for 25 years. So she is kind of a queen bee. She knows everything there is to know. So if you need some inside scoop or some information, Karen's your woman to get it from. And then Mike Whitty is in the back as well. Mike is our executive director, newer with our organization, but definitely someone you can go to for information on economic development, or maybe you need a referral or a recommendation on a resource in the community. Mike would be a good person for that. And then also Chloe. Chloe is our student intern for the summer. If you know, some of you may know, I'm gonna put you on the spot, Chloe, and talk about who your parents are. It kind of happens. Some of you may know Liz Schneider. She runs Advice Period, financial planning consulting. Chloe is Liz's daughter. So another member connection right here at the Business Council. We also always are looking for student interns and for hires that way. So if any of you have a student that might be interested in joining our team, definitely let us know as well. Any questions before we get started and do introductions? Okay, just a couple of really quick housekeeping things. Obviously, there's food in the back. Feel free. This is pretty casual, so get up and get something when you need it. Restrooms are out the hall just there where you came in. And if you have questions along the way, please shout them out. Don't feel like you need to save questions until the end. I want this to be pretty interactive. So, so definitely view it as a back and forth. All right, so I introduced myself. I would like to know who each of you are and what brings you here. So what you're looking to get out of this session. And then also if you could tell us a little bit about your business and why you joined the chamber. I think this can be a really good networking opportunity for the folks that are in the room, as well as an educational session. So, sir, I'm going to put you on the spot and have you start. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Clint Kramer. I work at a business called Silver Tree. We're retirement planners, but also financial advisors. We typically help business owners and busy professionals who are trying to either go into work optional or go into the next stage of their life. We do second opinions too as well, and we're very much an open door. So, hello. Sorry I'm late. But here's the shame.
Thank you.
Sure.
And next.
Go ahead. Yep, you're next. We'll go across.
My name is Beth. I am the team lead for Seek Careers and Staffing in Stevens Point, not far from here, right off of Highway 10. And we could probably find somebody to fill this role for you. That was my head was spinning right there. I was thinking about people we could help find for you. And so we're a staffing, career agency. And I'm here because I'm the new team lead and I took over for another fellow. So I just wanted to find out more about the business council and what you guys have to offer and what we can, help you with.
Thank you.
I am Emily. I am also with Seek, and I am here just kind of to see what this is all about. I am not very familiar. So.
Welcome. All right, we'll go back to you in the glasses, please, if you wouldn't mind.
Sure. So my name is Julie Fellens. I work with a company called Goals, and there's actually a few of us here. I don't know if it'll be easier to introduce us all together. But I'm the employment coordinator manager, and we work with managed care organization and the division of vocational rehabilitation to support our clients through getting jobs. We also do housing, things like that. So I don't know if Amanda here is the owner, she can introduce herself and we'll kind of go from there.
I'm Amanda. I own Goals. I kind of play a couple different roles. We get involved in the Portage County Business Council so that we can be more involved in the community, but also have some of those connections to different businesses. We've been around for 3 years, but we have only been in Portage County for about 1.5 years now. So we really want to start getting involved and reaching out and finding out what businesses are out here and how can we help you guys. So we partner with the Department of Vocational Rehabilitation. So we work with individuals who have disabilities of all different sorts, whether it's anxiety or all the way up to somebody who maybe is in a wheelchair, but all of the consumers who we work with just want to be a part of their community and find jobs in the community. And so we're there to advocate and help them do that. So.
Thank you.
Hi everybody, I'm John. We're with Dyer Publishing. We are a printing company right here in Stevens Point, about 5-10 minutes away, depending on how fast you drive. I'm here just to learn more about the Portage County Business Council. I'm just started here for a time, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm also Amanda. I'm the community living manager at Goals. I help individuals find housing that suit, I guess, their disabilities or needs, what they want, what they're looking for. That liaison to find it and coordinate with landlords. And then I also do assessments to help people with disabilities see where they're at to live independently. If they're coming from like living from a supportive home situation or group home, and what those look like in their new environment by themselves. Oh, and I'm here to network.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
My name is Jenny. I am also from Goals. I am the employment coordinator in the Point River area. And I'm excited to learn more about the business council. Awesome.
My name is Tony. I work at Auto Select. I've known about the PCBC for quite a few years. My mother works at the Holiday Inn, so she does a lot of business with PCBC already. I currently have been in Wisconsin for about 3 years. So I wanted to be a member for the last 3 years, but it took a while to convince my boss to do this. So we finally got everything going. We work on any year, make, model of vehicle, and we just try to keep everybody on the road.
Awesome. Thanks, Tony.
I'm Lori Kissing, nurse practitioner, and owner of Link Health Clinic. I am a cash clinic, so I have reduced prices on labs, x-ray, visits, physicals, anything you can come in for a normal clinic for, I can deal with. I am here, I am a new ambassador. If I haven't pointed that out, I'm a new ambassador. I didn't know about the Portage County, I mean, I've heard about them, because I've lived in Portage County my entire life, but I didn't really know exactly what they did. And on a whim, somebody said, step in the Portage County Business Council. So I came in, all of a sudden I came and did my ribbon cutting. I've been completely impressed with the group. They are an amazing, amazing group, very open. I'm not one to be like, you know, like, oh, come on in. I'm like, all right, let's see. But they came in and made me feel just at home. So you guys are in a good group.
Thank you.
I'm Jody Burnt, and my husband and I are opening up the new Firehouse Subs on Division Street. I joined because we have no idea what we're doing. So. We have a little idea, but we've never opened a business before. So I'll be running the business. My husband will keep his public utility job, and my girls will be working in the restaurant also. It's hard to find employees. I'm Paige. I'm Human Resources at Excel Specialty Solutions. For those of you who don't know, we are one of 2 paper mills here in Stevens Point. So a lot of your labels, like on these water bottles and food stuff, is us making that paper. I am here because the person before me that left had been a part of this, and we're kind of looking to get out there and get people in the door for jobs.
I don't like my back towards people. Hi, I'm Tessa Taylor. I'm the new executive director of the Central Wisconsin Symphony Orchestra. We're located downtown Stevens Point inside of the Scarabocchio Art Museum. And I'm here because the previous executive director signed up as a member before she departed. So I wanted to find out more information, and we've been in contact with Deb and Karen. So I'm excited to kind of see all the new people.
Great. Welcome.
I'm Peggy Flaherty. I'm an account executive with Aspirus. I started all first with Ministry, Ascension, and then with the acquisition, we're now with Aspirus. So I basically work with clients to meet their occupational health needs. So with COVID, we were all working from home and not able to engage with outside in the community too much. So getting back and ready to re-engage.
Great. Thank you for
Melissa Ellingson. I'm a designer with Blitz Construction. We do custom home building within about a 60-mile radius of Stevens Point here. We have a new showroom located right next to El Mescal. So I too am an ambassador with Portage County Business Council. I'm not from Stevens Point, so being an ambassador is really nice because I get to see what's actually happening in Stevens Point because I'm not here all the time. And yeah, it's been a great opportunity to learn about the community and see what the resources. So those that are looking at networking, it's a perfect opportunity for you guys to be here today.
Hi, everybody. I'm Anya Bonikowski. I work at Seneca Insurance. We are a small agency located right behind Young. We've actually been around for 15 years, but as we've learned now, people know we're here. So I joined to get our name out there and network and meet new people. So we do insurance for pretty much everything but health. So everything else we can do.
Great. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Julian Masuki. I started Dragon Media, which is an event photography business. I like to specialize in sports and community events. I partnered with Portage County Business Council to do some of their events, so I'm sure they'll see me around. I'm here to network and just figure out what I don't know.
Morning, I'm Stephanie Hauser. I'm the executive director of the WIAA. Most people don't realize that we are located in Stevens Point. People think we are in Madison. That is inaccurate. Our building is actually right across the street. I walked over this morning. I'm still new to my role, I was in the office the past 6 years as an assistant director, but now I'm the executive director. We've been a member of Portage County Business Council in the past, but honestly, that's so much change over in our staff. It's just an opportunity to re-engage and connect and see how we can become more engaged in the community as a whole.
Great.
Good morning, everybody. I'm John Housekeeping, the new Portage County executive. I'm basically here to promote business in the Portage County and also get to meet new freshman faces and actually hopefully get young entrepreneurs in the Portage County Business Council and find out actually what you all do. Because I think, economic development is the foundation of our county.
Awesome. Thank you. And thanks everyone for taking the time to be here this morning. So we've got about 45 minutes. I am going to try to keep this to an hour, but know that if you have questions, I will be available after, as well as our staff, if you'd like to follow up with anyone. I talk really fast, especially when I get excited, and I get kind of excited about this stuff. So if you, as I said earlier, if you have questions or if you're wanting clarification on an acronym that you don't understand, there are a lot of those in our world. Just let me know, and I'd be happy to explain further. Before we move on, I introduced our staff. I didn't allow them to introduce themselves. Is there anything you would like to add before we start? Okay, they're all shaking their heads. I must have done a good job. All right, so you are here. I heard a lot of common themes. You're here to re-engage with the chamber or to learn more about what we do. You're here to network and make connections, and you're here to learn what you don't know. I really like that expression because I think that perfectly sums up the Portage County Business Council. There's a lot that we do that people don't know about. So I'm happy and eager to tell you all about how you can maximize your membership with the Business Council. So the Portage County Business Council, first and foremost, is an economic development organization and a chamber of commerce. So if you're from a different community or if you've moved here, you may have seen that in other communities, there's the Chamber of Commerce for one specific city. I came from Washington County originally, that's where I grew up. And so in that area, there's a West Bend Chamber of Commerce, a Hartford Chamber of Commerce, a Slinger Chamber of Commerce. We are different. We are a Chamber of Commerce for the entire county. So we serve not only Stevens Point, Plover, Russell's, Amherst, the county as a whole, both from a chamber standpoint, so a business to business, membership organization, and also from an economic development standpoint. So that's why we're a business council. I think oftentimes that can confuse people. They expect that they're joining the local chamber of commerce, and we are it, but we're a business council because of those couple of extra things that we do. In certain communities, you will find that there are smaller business organizations. We're kind of the umbrella over all of them. So if you're familiar with Amherst, you might know the Tomorrow River Business Association. We partner closely with those entities, but we're not directly connected. So when you're joining the chamber, when you're looking to re-engage, I think the best thing to do is to check out this list that you all have in front of you. So this is our new member checklist, and it's broken up into a couple of sections: explore, connect, promote, and then contact for more questions. So explore is kind of what we're going to cover today. We are going to check off every box on that section. So attend a one-on-one meeting with Michael. You are attending a one-on-one meeting with me. It's just a little bigger than one-on-one, but we'll pretend we're one-on-one. Display your window cling on your business door. So that is this. I put one on each of your place settings. If you need more, you can always come up here and grab some more or contact us and we'll give it to you. So if you have a brick and mortar location, you can definitely put this on the door. This typically, it's kind of an old school thing, but a lot of people still like to look for businesses that are accredited in some way. And this is kind of the seal of approval, right? So this shows that you're a member of the Portage County Business Council, that you are part of this organization. And it's a good way to show your support. If you don't have a brick and mortar location, I've heard of someone putting this on their car window. They do a lot of business out of their vehicle, what have you. You can decide on that. And then the third bullet point there is read your copy of the Active Voice digital magazine. This is what that is, the digital magazine that Deb so expertly puts together. This publication is your best glance at what's happening with the Business Council month to month. So you will find as you page through here that there are events that are coming up that are highlighted, as well as events that are being showcased after the fact, so wrap-ups. We're going to talk very quickly. I know we have a variety of folks in the room, so some of you are more familiar perhaps with Portage County Business Council events than others, but I'd like to go through some of our monthly events just so you can get a flavor kind of what to expect from your membership month to month. So if you turn to page 4 and 5, page 4 has a invitation to business after hours. Obviously, this is May's issue. The June issue will be coming out soon. It's end of the month already. How is it the end of May already? So May 17th was our business after hours, hosted by District 1 Brewing Company. Business after hours is your traditional business after 5, business PM networking opportunity. So there's not really a formal program at this event. It's just a chance to grab some good food, in this case, good beer, and socialize with fellow business representatives. So it's free for anyone to attend, both prospective and active members, and you're welcome to bring guests to this as well. So a good opportunity if you have newer staff to introduce them to different folks in the community. And then, of course, with all of the events that I'm going to talk about today, there are sponsorship opportunities. So Business After Hours, I think, is booked out until 2023. Karen's nodding. So some of these events book pretty far out, but there's always an opportunity to host. So if you do have a brick and mortar location, this can be a great way to get people in the door, to show them where you are. I think it was the individual from Seneca Insurance. You've been in your location for a long time. People don't know who you are. This can be a good way to get that recognition to host Business After Hours. The only cost to the hosting business is to provide the food and refreshments. And you can see the upcoming dates are listed there. So it's always the 3rd Tuesday of the month. You can put that in your calendar and know that there's always going to be a Business After Hours on that day. In the past, we have had businesses co-host as well. So that's always an opportunity also. The next page is Business Exchange. Business Exchange is a morning meeting, 7:30 to 8:30, and it's always an educational topic. So what I like about Business Exchange is there's always something new to learn. It's members sharing information about their business and about what they do, and giving other members some insights into their expertise. So again, there's a hosting opportunity for this as well. If you wanted to share more about what your business does, get some of that recognition. You can see that this one that was last week or 2 weeks ago now was accessing and protecting information in a work from home world. So very relevant to those of you as employers who may have remote workers. We have one every year. I always tell this to our new members because I just think it's funny. We have one every year in January or December, somewhere beginning or end of the year, hosted by a local attorney in town. And he talks about employment HR law, which when I hear that, I'm like, gosh, that sounds like the driest subject in the world. But his presentation is actually really fascinating. He uses a lot of examples. He talks about cases that support the law and what has currently happened. So, a lot of social media involvement, a lot of most recently COVID-19 situations. And he has a great sense of humor. So he makes it really fun. So learning about something like HR law, which sounds dry, is actually really, really entertaining. So this is another opportunity for your business to host. Something like Amanda, I think about goals and the work you do. It's hard to be able to describe that in a quick sentence. So this gives you an hour platform to really dive deeply into the services that you provide and share more about your business. Okay, and then those are kind of two of our main events that happen on a monthly basis every month. We do have a couple of awards banquets and different events that happen on an annual basis. This is one. So we've got our American Agriculture Appreciation Banquet, which was on May 9th. So that recognizes an outstanding contributor to agriculture, recognizes some students who receive scholarships, that kind of thing. We also have an annual dinner awards banquet, as well as a creative excellence awards banquet. So for each of those awards, we're not going to go into full detail on them today, but there's an award like Small Business of the Year, Entrepreneur of the Year. I always tell new members that we do encourage self-nominations. So as long as you meet the criteria, don't be humble. You want to be recognized for the work that you've done. So definitely self-nominations are encouraged. And then throughout the other pages here, you'll see we're always welcoming new members. So we had a lot of new members in May, a few of whom are here. So thank you for Lori and Dragon Media. You've been represented here. A recap of our Women in Business fashion show. So Women in Business is held quarterly. A great event to attend. There's usually, the fashion show is once a year. The other 3 times a year, there's a guest speaker. There's always swag bags. So that's a great opportunity to sponsor and to get your name on an item that goes in the bag. There's also opportunities with that to give a raffle basket or a silent auction basket. That would be true for our annual dinner and our awards banquets as well. So some logo recognition that way. So there's lots and lots of sponsorship opportunities. And speaking of that, if you turn to page 11, you'll see for our golf outing that's coming up on June 6th, the sponsorship opportunities for that. So if you're looking for, logo recognition, want to get your name on that, I'm thinking of the cooler, you want to get your name on the cooler or something like that, you're able to do that through sponsorships. And Karen is going to be your main contact for anything sponsorship or event related. Of course, also the golf outing is a great way to golf with a foursome if you enjoy golf. The next couple of pages, 12, 13, 14, you will see some information about our ambassadors. So this is another thing I like to share with new members. We have 2 ambassadors in the room today. Our ambassadors club is currently full, but that is an opportunity as you're becoming more familiar with the Business Council, as you have maybe attended more events, you've gotten a feel for your membership. We are always looking for ambassadors, one representative from an industry or from, not an industry, from a business. And the Ambassadors Club meets monthly. And also in addition to that, they do ribbon cuttings, groundbreakings, all of that sort of thing, which you see here for different businesses across the community. We do two important notes to point out when it comes to our ambassadors group and ribbon cuttings, groundbreaking celebrations. We do those for anyone. So regardless of whether or not the business is a member of the chamber, they can host a ribbon cutting, groundbreaking, what have you. And then I also tell members, we've had a lot of members that have joined recently that do not have a brick and mortar location. So they're either, as I referenced earlier, working out of a vehicle or working out of a home office. Don't shy away from doing a ribbon cutting or a groundbreaking because you don't have a brick and mortar location. You are still able to do that. We've done them here in our room. We've put like company logos up on the screen and just did the ribbon cutting that way. We've done them in outdoor locations. And then in addition, it can be a celebration as well. It doesn't need to be because you've broken ground on a new building. It can be because you've recently expanded your staff, or you've won an award or something like that. So it can be a celebratory event as well. The key to ribbon breakings, Wow, ribbon cuttings, groundbreakings, that kind of thing. I told you guys I talk fast when I get excited. The key to those is that it's a great media splash for your business. So we invite lots of local dignitaries, even the mayor will be invited, the county executive often is invited, and those individuals then post it on their social media pages. We post it on our social media pages. Sometimes, admittedly, it has to be a slow news day, but if that's the case, the television stations in Wausau might come down, and it gives you for that short time a really strong impact for your business. So for example, for Firehouse Subs opening up soon, I would expect that that would give you a lot of social media sort of blitz, if you will, for the restaurant, and people sharing it, people getting excited about the fact that you're opening. So consider that, and consider the fact that it doesn't have to be a traditional sort of, you know, we're building a new building, so we're going to cut the ribbon. I am running out of time, so I'll go through the rest of this rather quickly. There is always an opportunity for advertising in this publication as well. So you can see this on the bottom of page 14. There is an ad from the garden. We have different ad sizes available. A quarter page ad is a $75 ad, up to, I think, a full page is $150. And this goes to a readership of about 2,000 emails in the community. So that's a pretty reasonable price, I think, for advertising to that level. So and know that that's always available to you as well. And then you see we're partnering with the other local chambers. Those of you who have a footprint in more than just Portage County might be familiar with Marshfield, Wausau Area Chamber of Commerce, that kind of thing. We're partnering with them on this event that you see on pages 16 and 17. And then Leadership Portage County, which I've already talked about, has a wrap up on page 18 and 19. So this publication will come to you by email. We used to print them and put them in break rooms and things like that. There are really no more break rooms. A lot of our larger businesses haven't gone back to in-person work, so we don't print them anymore. We want to save the trees, but you'll get it by email, and I encourage you to take a look at it when it comes through, because as I said, it's packed with information. It's a great way to see where business after hours is, to see what's going on for the month, and then there's always registration links right in here, so you can click to register from each of these pages.
If you don't get them currently, you can just get us your name and email, and we'll get you in the system and signed up for them.
Great point. Thank you, Deb. Also included at your place setting is our 2022 experiences calendar. So this is for January through December. It gives you the dates of all the business after hours, all the business exchanges, the women in business luncheons, and then some of those annual events that I mentioned. So, you know, the golf outing, the annual dinner, that kind of thing is on here as well. So this is kind of your at a glance look at all of our events. Any questions on what I've said so far? That was a quick 15 minutes, but you're all sort of nodding your head, so I'm thinking I'm good. Okay, so I want to spend the rest of the time with a little time for question and answer, talking about our website. So I'm going to sit down for this portion so I can kind of control the computer here, and I'm short, so hopefully you'll be able to see the screen behind me without too much difficulty. So this is our website. This is the place to go for information about what we do. So to your point about, you only know, or you don't know what you don't know. And you can find more information about the different aspects of our work on this website. So if you're interested in learning more about Leadership Portage County or that high school leadership program, you can click on these links, that'll take you there. If you're interested in finding past copies of the digital magazine or more information on the digital magazine, you can see all the issues here on this page under news. Lots and lots of information on this website. What I like to tell new members is that I mentioned the Better Business Bureau earlier, and sometimes people will use us as a source for information. So perhaps someone is re-roofing their house and they need a recommendation for a roofer. They could go to Angie's List or to Facebook or to any of those types of resources, but a lot of times people will call us and say, who do you recommend? And we always recommend our members first, particularly if they're engaged and they've been coming to events and we have a good relationship with them. So because of that, it's really important, I think, for you to keep your member directory on our website up to date, current, and engaging. And I'm going to show you how to do that in just a moment. Let me take a quick drink. It's iced coffee, so I'm not chugging hot coffee, just like that. Okay. All right, so this is our website. I'm going to go to the member directory page. So across the top, you see member directory, member login, that kind of thing. And from the member directory, I can search for whatever it is I'm interested in. So like I said earlier, maybe someone's looking to roof their house. So they might search for roofer, they might search for roofing. And here I can see roofing contractors comes up as a category. And then also a couple of members come up that do roofing. And this is where the importance of keywords comes in. So 212 Fitness must have something in their description that talks about roofs or roofing or something like that. Probably not the best fit if I'm looking for a roofer, of course, but commercial roofing would be. So I could click here and I could learn more about commercial roofing. They have a nice About Us page or About Us section. They have some information for their main contact here, their office hours, and then their website. So really this is just a pass through, but ideally we want the individual who's searching to find your business and then go right out to your website. So this is a fairly good page. They've got their logo here. They've got a lot of information, many ways that I can contact them to get in touch with them. I can visit their website. They also have their hours posted, so that's helpful. I know, okay, I don't get off until 4:30 today, so maybe I have to call tomorrow morning before I start work at 8. You know, it's helpful to have that information posted. I'm going to click over here. I have this tab open for First Weber because I think this is an example of a really good, well used page. So there's a header image here that they had access to. They did their logo, but you could do something else in this section. I tell members typically to treat this almost like a Facebook cover image. So if you're using social media and you're already making graphics for that, you can kind of use those same graphics on here. Also has their logo, has all their contact information, of course, as well as their Facebook page. They have their hours posted. They have some driving directions posted, talks more about them. And actually they have a video as well. So I could click on this video and hear, I have my sound off because we're recording, but I can hear more about First Weber in Stevens Point. And then most importantly, I think, and it depends on the type of business, but in this instance, they have all of their realtors listed as these contact cards is what they're called. So these things right here. And this gives you direct contact information to all of their realtors that are listed. So really, this is perfect. If I'm looking to sell a home, I'm going to look here, see if I know anyone, if I have any connections to any of these people, and then I have their phone numbers and their emails right there waiting for me. So this is kind of a really full page on our website. Anything that you don't want to add, so for example, if you don't really have traditional hours, if you leave this section blank on the back end, or driving directions, if you leave that section blank on the back end, it won't appear on this page. So like, this is a bad example because they have both hours and driving directions plugged in, but they don't have a Facebook page. So there's not a Facebook logo for commercial roofing because they don't have that entered in. So it won't show like a blank space for something. It'll just leave that section off. Questions on any of that? Okay, so if you had a question, I'm guessing it would be, well, how do I do that? How do I build this out? So let's show you. Yeah.
Do you know the pixels for the graphics?
I do. It shows you on the back end. It tells you right on the page. So I'll show you that in just a second. So forgive me, I'm going to go into the back end of our website for just a moment. And Amanda, I'm going to pick on you. So you're seeing behind the scenes right now. This is the back end of the system that we use, but I'm gonna go to goals. There it is. And I'm going to log in as Amanda. Okay, so if you don't have a login or you don't know it, contact us and we'll get that information to you. What you will do once you have that information is go up here to member login across the top. You're going to click on member login. You're going to type in your username and your password, and then you're going to log in and you're going to come to a page that looks like this. So I just did it the back way, but this is exactly what you'll see if you log in with your business. So a couple of things to point out to you here. To build out the pages I just talked about, the information on those pages, you're going to go to company information across the shortcuts tab on the side. You're going to go to website information listed here. And then here's where you can plug all of that stuff in. So you can click to use the organization information that we have on file, or you can enter in your own information. In this case, for goals, I said I'm picking on Amanda because you have such a strong representation here. I know that she doesn't have a public address that she wants posted, so we're leaving the address line blank. And again, it won't show up on the public page because we're just leaving it blank. She does have a Facebook page, so actually I am going to pull that up. And I'm going to plug that in down here and then click that on. So you can put in an email. Some people use a general email here, or you can put in an email specific to a staff member. You can put in, this is the about section. So this is where you would put in the information about who you are, who you serve, that kind of thing. There's a search results description. So this will show up sort of below or next to your company listing in the directory. It's a brief, 200 characters, a brief explanation of who you are, what you do. Typically what I tell people is to take the description that they have and just use the first sentence of it, or use whatever makes the most sense. Here's the hours of operation, driving directions. So those, as you enter those in, again, if you don't have them, if you feel confident that people can find their way to you without posting driving directions, you can leave that blank. And then there's a keyword space. And this is what I was getting at when I said keywords are so important. So in this case, I'm not going to use goals because I'm not as familiar with the very, very specifics of what you do, but I'm going to pick on Firehouse Subs. So if you're doing this for Firehouse Subs, I would want you to enter subs, sub sandwiches, restaurants, dining out, like as many possibilities of, and there's a max of 240 characters. You can get a lot of words in 240 characters. As many possibilities that describe your business as possible, because that is what controls this over here. So if I'm in the member directory, this keyword search is what is going to fuel that. So if I type in subs, I see Firehouse Subs. Perfect. So it's going to pull from your name, but then it also pulls from those keywords. So sandwiches isn't in the Firehouse Subs name, but if you had sandwiches as a keyword, it would pull up your name from there.
Do you need the hashtag in front of it or no?
You do not.
Okay.
No, not for this purpose.
Perfect.
Questions on that or anything I just talked about? Yeah.
What do you do if you have two locations?
So there is an opportunity for you to put in, typically I would put in your primary location and then put your secondary location in the about section or in the description section. Our different levels at the chambers allow you to have, at this chamber, not the chambers, our different membership levels allow you to have things featured differently. So the introductory level does not allow you to post to different locations, but if you join at the next level up, the next tier, which you are, that allows you to post those two different locations. So they would actually be treated as two separate pages on our website.
So I'd start two different accounts basically for that.
We'll help you on the back end, but
Beautiful.
yes, that's essentially how it works. Yeah.
Well, two-parter. How many visitors do you have on your website, and how many searches do you typically average, like on a day or? a
Great
year?
question. I'm looking at Deb. I'm going to defer to her on that, but I can
I would
help
have
with more
to look that
specifics.
up.
Just curious.
I can get you that information. I didn't look it up before the meeting
Cool.
and I should have.
What I can tell you is on this website under reports, there is a section for you to view how many views and impressions you've had in the past 12 months under reports and then membership visibility. So Goals is a newer member, joined maybe a month or two ago, I think.
End of April, beginning of May, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
And has already had 159 total views in the last 12 months. So really in the last 2 months. So this will kind of keep track for you of what your individual business is getting hits on. And we can answer the other analytics questions when we look those up. Any other questions before I go on? I want to spend just a minute or two more, and then I'll leave time for some Q&A at the end. A couple of other important things on this page that I think can be your friend and can help meet some business goals that you have. We provide our membership mailing list to members when they want it. You can either have a printed copy of it. You can have an Excel list or labels that are made up. We don't in that document provide email addresses, and that's just simply because we don't want all of our members to constantly copy and paste the 2,000 email addresses and send something out as a blast all the time. I mean, our members would just be getting totally bogged down. So it's for everyone's convenience. But I say that with the caveat that if you're trying to build a prospective list, or if you're trying to build out maybe a sales list of who you want to reach out to, you do have access to all of our members and to their emails within this system. So if you click on directory, this will give you access to everyone who's listed within the chamber. So this is a great way to, if you're at a business after hours, for example, and you met someone and you feel like, oh, I had a really good conversation with that person, but I didn't get their contact information. I don't know how to reach out to them to get further details. I'm gonna highlight Liz Schneider, who I just talked about. Chloe is our intern, who is her daughter. So let's say you were talking to Liz at a business after hours and you had a good conversation, you wanted to follow up, but you didn't get her card right there. This gives you access to see more information about Liz, so you can check and see this about section, make sure that's who you were talking to, but then you can click on reps and it actually has her email right here. So if you're looking to build a prospect list, or if you're looking to, maybe get into a company and learn more or get more information from them, this can be a great way to do so. It'll show you everyone who's a member with the business council and their contact information directly listed here.
So how do you add that info? Like, how does a person add?
Great question. So under personal information, this is going to be your information as the person who's logged in. So you can update your own information here. You can also decide if you want this person. Typically, the primary contact is also the billing contact, but you can differentiate that. And then if you are the primary contact for your organization, you could add employees. So here, Amanda is who I'm logged in as, and Amanda is listed, but if Amanda wanted to go ahead and add her team who's here today, she could click add employee rep and just go through and add them in. And then once you've done that, they will show up in that directory listing. And you can also choose if you want them to show up on the website. So you don't have to display all of your contacts on the website. I'm clicking on display preferences here. You can choose where you display your information. So select which items should display for the public. And again, that's under personal display preferences. You can choose if you just want full name and email, if you want to display your cell phone out to the general public on the website or just to members, that kind of thing. Questions on any of that? Okay, Last thing I want to hit on before we adjourn is job postings, because I know many of you have said that you're looking to hire or that you work for a staffing agency and certainly are in touch with people who are looking to hire. So we have our own jobs page on our website. Click on jobs from the Portage County Business Council page. And this, I think, is a great place to go for local positions. Typically, these are positions that are with a local company. And it's more, what I like to tell everyone, I guess, not just new members, is that, you know, sometimes when you search on Indeed, you get some gig work or you get some jobs that are not full-time regular hire positions. Usually on our website, they're either going to be full-time or part-time, but they're going to be with a Portage County Business Council member. So as a job seeker, I think it just makes it easier. If you know that you want to stay in the area, you're going to see exactly what is listed for Portage County. So you guys all have access to this as well. I encourage you to post your jobs. We have 79 today, and that varies. In the past couple of weeks, we've had up to like 90 something posted at a time, but you have access to this as well, and we're always promoting this on our social media, on our website, and so it's just another place for you to recruit talent. And the add job posting button is right here. It's just a simple text editor, similar to other job forms you may be accustomed to. All right, 9:54. So I wanted to leave about 5 minutes for questions or for clarification on anything that I've covered. Does anyone have any questions or need clarification on anything? No questions?
Yeah, can I touch on the resources tab? So is that for us to put resources about our business, or is that like resources from the community?
That is resources from the community. So
Okay.
Typically not used. You can see what we have is 2016 advertising posted there. But it's a chance for the business council to post out resources to you. And it's just something that we've found other ways to do that. So we don't typically use this. Good question though. Any other questions?
Kayla, is there any charge to do this? Is there any cost to a member to put this information out?
No. With our membership levels, the base level gets you all of this. Those increased levels, as you go up, you get more preference in your listing and you get more marketing visibility. So for example, what I mean by that is if you are at the grow level or higher, when I click on advertising and media, you might get logo recognition here on this page, whereas so Spectra has their logo there. They've got a nice contact card, but some of these others, they just have text. They don't have a logo. The Spectra will always show up first, regardless of where they're at in terms of alphabetical, because they're at that higher level. And then that video that you saw on First Weber's page, that comes with a higher membership level, that kind of thing. But as a build level at the 325, you have access to all of this. Go ahead.
Does the chamber help make those videos, or is that kind of like on your own?
On your own. We can help connect you to people who can do the videos.
The guy in the back.
Yeah, the guy in the back. Shameless plug. But we typically don't have video services. We will, so Deb has in the past helped people do some advertising designs, that kind of thing. Typically, I think people have it ready when they send it to you, but we can offer services that way too. Any other questions? All right, well, I'm here for 5 more days, if you include today. So I'm happy to answer questions if you have them this week. Otherwise, one of our other staff team members would be happy to follow up with you and answer questions that you have. I hope that this was informative. Yes. Good. Hopefully you learned something that you can take back with you. And thank you all for your investment in the chamber.
I just wanted to cover also on here, besides jobs, which are probably the biggest one that people like to post, you can also post news releases, member to member deals, as well as hot deals. Now, hot deals are out to the public. Member to member deals are only to other members, and you can only access them through your login. I don't think we have any right now, but those also get published in the digital magazine when we have them.
An example of that would be that Staples at one point was offering 10% off all print and copy orders for other members. So that is something, there's a lot that we didn't talk about just because 45 minutes is not enough time, but that's something that we can do on our website as well. Another one, just as a member of the Business Council, I know my mother took full advantage of this. Eat Street for a while was offering free delivery for any chamber member and all of their employees or families. So yeah, that's another example.
Yeah, so if you have those, just put them out. It can be a percentage off. It can be anything. I mean, you can even, and you can also promote events. If you have an event going on at your business, you can promote that. Like you have your ribbon cutting. If you want to promote that, it'll show up under our events as well on our website. So you have access to all that. It's all free for being a member. So it's a great way to get your name out there.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time this morning. I appreciate you taking time out of your day. Have a great week, everyone, and let us know how we can serve you. Thank you.